Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by head softball coach Brittany Bennett. Coach, this team has been competing since the start of February. What are one or two of the proud moments that you've had this year, and what makes those memories stick out to you more than others?
Well, we've had a lot of proud moments this year. I can't really tell you. I would think most coaches would come in here and they would say, oh, and so hit a home run, or oh, and so did this. But there are moments of things that we do as a team that I'm really, really proud of. One of our goals this year was to try to put a run on the board consecutive innings and put a run on the board in the fifth and the sixth and the seventh inning. And, you know, a couple games I can remember early on in the season against Coker, we were down 3-0 in the first inning. We put a run on in the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and we won in the bottom of the seventh, and that ended up winning 4-3. Just yesterday at Flagler, we were down 3-0 going into the third or fourth inning, and we put a run up, and then two to win that game 4-3. Those moments right there define your team and let you know that the fight's never over and that you always have a chance to win. There's been a couple of good home runs this year. Breeze hit a couple bombs that have been very, very awesome and good timing. Against Lander, we hit 4 or 5 home runs in the bottom of the 6th or 5th inning to run roll them, and to see your kids. I think for me, I've seen the freshmen and the seniors do some things they've never done before, and kind of that's what coaching is about. So you just hound this kid, and you try to get them to do the skill over and over and over in practice. And the first time it happens in a game, you can see them smile and know, holy crap, I finally got this done. And those moments are what we kind of live for, and we've had a few of those this year.
Well, you've almost reached the end of your second season as head of UNCP's softball program. You've pretty much rebuilt this program since you stepped foot on campus. Talk about the progression of this program since you took over and what the future holds for the Braves next season.
Well, I would say when I came in and I watched our first practice last year, I screamed more on that day than any practice since then. So I think I've probably gotten better since the first practice. But you know, I think expectations for me are always high. You know, it's high for everything that we do within our staff, within our players, you know, on and off the field. So I think the first thing when I got here, there was several conversations I had with different people about what our program was about, what they stood for, and what they were known for. And so very quickly I wanted to change what we stood for and what we were known for. So the first thing we wanted to do is we wanted to get into the community, and we wanted to make softball something that people wanted to be a part of. We want you to come to our games, and we want you to watch the game, and we want people to say, I want to go there. So the first thing we did was to try to change our atmosphere. And I knew that if we tried to change just the family atmosphere that we have, that more people would want to be a part of it and more people would want to buy into it, and the coaching would come along the way. So we set up a plan with the assistant coach and I. We set up a plan to try to unite the team and take them away from individuality and try to get them to perform together. And that was the first thing we did. And then over the last 6 or 7 months, we've been trying to fit the pieces back into the puzzle. You know, every time there's a coaching change, someone might perform differently under one coach and might perform differently under another. So it didn't really matter what their stats were before I got here. I was going to let everybody have their opportunity and see what we needed. And then I went after a bunch of positions that we needed this last year. So over the course of between last year and this year, we've grown so much. We've gone from not having the lead to having the lead and staying in ball games. We're doing really good in the classroom. We're really making a name for ourselves in the Peach Belt, and people are not they're not just pushing us on the side anymore and hoping to get 2 wins. So I think over 2 years, I forget when I'm really frustrated how far we've come, but I'm really impressed that we've gotten back to where we are. And you know, if we finish above 500, I think it'll be the first time since 2008 or 2009 since they've done that, and it'll be a really good moment for us and something we can build on.
Well, starting forward towards the end of May and into June, you'll be hitting the recruiting trail pretty hard. You have about 60 seconds or less to sell me on your program and those that are watching. So what would you say to motivate someone to come to UNCP?
See, I can't even answer that question because I have no idea why you would say anything to anyone. I think what we're about explains everything. You know, I can look at you in the face and I can tell you, hey, look, I know we've been at a little bit under 500 my first year, and I hope we finish above 500 this year, but that is completely unacceptable. If you want to come here, it's going to cost you a degree, it's going to cost you a lot of hard work, and it's going to cost you dedication to girls that you might not want to be around sometimes. And that's what it's going to cost you to be here and be in our program and be invested, and I'm going to hold you accountable for all of that. And sometimes when I look at them, it scares them a little bit, but I think people want to be a part of something that's disciplined, and I think they want to be a part of something where they know they'll get taken care of. And I think they want to be a part of something that looks real. And I think that you can't look at us and don't think that we have a family here and have an atmosphere where people really care about each other. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach, for being on the show with us
Thank
today.
you, Jenna.
And we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, we're going to sit down with head baseball coach Paul O'Neill. So stay tuned.